Me and a few guys from the Discord formed an unstoppable international workforce, and we created a little game demo called Trials of Wrathnyr. In this video we will talk about the process, how it's like working in a group of people that don't know each other, and like a little bit more insight into each like task and such. So lean back and just listen, and yeah, the boys are back in town.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, so
brother.
tell me one fun fact like about you.
Oh boy. Hello, my name is Kapa Yoshi. I was the sort of the main artist behind this demo. I made the main character, a couple of props, and all the illustration and concept art for the game. And fun fact about me, I have water in like 5 hours.
Oh no.
My throat.
Oh,
is filled with-
I'm so sorry. It's the wrong mic.
Oh
I'm so
no.
sorry.
Kapa was gonna own it too. He was like, "Oh, I guess I'm a little bit
That's
gassy
a cool.
today."
That's a cool blooper.
Wait, that was not intentional? Who was that?
That was me. I'm so sorry. I had the wrong mic.
What the hell is this?
What a Chad move!
Our dominance like this. Oh my god, man.
It's like, I'm Kiro. I lead this project.
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Okay, Kappa, so please.
Okay, I'll try and do it again. Hello, my name is Kapa Yoshi. I was kind of the main artist on this project. I worked on the main character. I also did some props and icons for the game, and I did all of the illustrations and concept art. And fun fact about me, I haven't drank water in like 7 hours. My throat feels like sandpaper. I should get some water probably. Definitely, most likely.
That's
Got him.
that's based.
Hello, I'm Pixel Dominus. I'm the VFX artist of the game. And a fun fact, I like goats. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go, goats. Let's go.
Goats. Ah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm also a big goat man. I enjoy myself some goats.
Nice. Yeah.
Alright, I'm so sorry. I have like my headset mic and my proper mic, and yeah.
If you ever do like bloopers or stuff, that's gonna be perfect.
Yeah.
And like bloopers.
I need that audio later, 100%.
Sure.
Yeah.
Dude, pure chaos.
Fun
Oh,
time.
Okay, I guess it's
I
my
mean,
turn.
those interviews are usually the best when it's pure chaos and people feel the good vibes.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
I guess I start then. Hi, my name is Kyrobyt. I'm the lead game designer behind the project. And fun fact about me is I'm one of the few people that broke their spines once and walked away from it. Ta-da.
What?
Thank God you're still alive
What? Like what?
to make such banger games.
You mean like Batman?
I'm not paralyzed. I'm fine. I can do
Okay.
sports. It's fine. I just need to be careful with trampolines, I guess.
What the fuck?
Oh,
Shit.
So-
that was the cousin of that
Okay.
thing.
So
No, I was on a bike and a car hit me.
Okay.
Okay, okay,
That was literally 10 years ago. It happened when I was
That's hardcore,
16.
Yeah.
okay. I
Yeah.
thought it was
Right.
on a trampoline.
No, I just I forgot the name for it. But basically your discs in the spine, they can sometimes jump out, and I'm in danger of that when I go too hard on a trampoline now. That's what I meant.
Okay, so like that's your biggest
No.
weakness, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. It's my kryptonite.
Not being able to use trampolines.
Yeah, they're kind of stupid anyway.
Yeah, okay.
Next on the list is Razzak.
Yeah, Razzak.
Okay, let's go then. So hello. My name is Razzak. I am a UI designer and also project advisor for the game jam. And I will try to make everything go to the right path for the project. And the thing is, I become the project commissar because of this.
Yeah, bro operates like a 40k
Cracks the whip.
commissar.
Yeah,
Wait, don't we need a fun fact?
yeah, a fun fact.
A fun fact.
Yeah.
I say I was named project commissar because of my feedbacks and such.
Oh,
that's
okay.
Fun fact.
Maybe it's not
No.
fun. Not
We
funny
need-
then.
We need funny. We need funny.
I don't know. Except that when I speak to people, sometimes I say something that is completely normal, but actually have a super sexual sense.
That's so true.
This is a really fun fact. I enjoyed
When I say touching myself, everybody laugh at me because no, I was not touching myself in that
Oh my
way.
god.
Oh, the skull. Yeah.
That's so true. Rick, are you ready?
Yeah, no, I think I got lucky. I've had plenty of time to prepare. So
Okay.
here it is. Yeah, I'm Rick, and I'm learning game development. For this project, I created a bunch of cool assets like soul gems and bread and potions and stuff. And then I did some of the programming. Fun fact about me, I'm American. Hold your applause, I know, yeah. Well, no, but seriously, I can sneeze on command. I can induce sneezes by squeezing my nose.
What?
Do it.
Do it.
What the fuck is a kilometer?
You guys are really putting me on the spot here.
Yeah, do it.
I mean, it's a American.
Okay, I'm squeezing it around.
Either are.
It takes a few seconds, okay? I'm gonna do the stage shot.
Anticipation.
Bro has stage fright.
Gonna break my nose. Okay. We'll just cut that part out and then like chop a sneeze into there.
Sure.
I'll get it later.
Yeah, sure.
Kill your brother.
Edit it in post.
Oh my god. I can't breathe. I'm having so much fun. Yeah, and my name is Luke. This is my YouTube channel. And I was the environment artist. I did modular environment assets for the game project, and also I made a few like effects, shaders and materials for Unreal Engine, and a few enemy types. And fun fact about me, I'm allergic to dolphins.
How did you discover that?
Yeah.
Oh, are you?
What the hell?
How?
Did you like smoke crack with the dolphin?
Yeah. No.
Oh boy.
It's yeah, so yeah.
Is it legal to even eat dolphins?
No, it's the body slime of the dolphin. So when you, for example, like, you know, pet a dolphin, and I'm allergic to that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's so I can't pet dolphins. So like Kiro has a fear of the trampolines and can't like jump on trampolines. I can pet dolphins. Yeah.
It's more like a medical condition.
Yeah. Same. Okay. So how the hell like did we end up here in this situation, in this talk?
Because of Twitter.
Well, let me tell you a little story all about how I met your mother. No, not really, not actually. So, one evening, we all met up in a Discord. We were talking some shit, and I think that the topic of Stellar Blade controversy came up. We were talking about how it's nonsensical that people went mad for Stellar Blade because the main character had jiggle physics. And then I started memeing something about like, oh, we could also make a game that has jiggle physics, and we could also sell gazillion, bajillion copies and, you know, make people play it. And then I kept memeing further, and then I think we talked about making it into an actual game, and I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. It will happen, probably never. And then the day after, I see Kyrobyt, he already made like a simple GDD document, and I'm like, holy shit, we're actually doing this, like no kidding, like what?
That's
then
true.
Then I got immediately hyped, and I started working on the character, and by the end of the next week I already had all the concept art and the 3D model. I don't remember if Camilla was put in the game at that point, but yeah, she was basically finished by the end of the week.
Yeah, true. We made jokes about like Basoingus and Stellar Blade, and that somehow evolved into like Kyrobyt showing us like the script and the prototype, and just like the next day, right?
Yeah.
So basically, like you, Kapa, and you, Kiro, you played like you played a little ball, like back and forth, and somehow it got bigger and bigger. And yeah, Kiro, what do you remember? How did it start?
Oh boy. Yeah, pretty much the same. Stellar Blade was relevant. It's not right now anymore. That's how fast things go. And yeah, I remember we just said, yo, why don't we just make a PS1 game with shitty graphics, but it has jiggle physics and an absurd character in it. And then for like a few weeks later we had the game.
True.
Yeah.
A thing that was super like weird was like we ended up pretty fast with roles for like each of us, and it got very like quick, very organized. Like that was something out of nowhere. We ended up like super organized, and I think like who did the Trello sheet or what was the first like?
That was Rick.
Yeah, Rick, exactly. You made a Trello sheet, I think on the second day or something like that, right?
Oh, that was at like the end of the first week, like after we realized we needed a bit more time to do it. Or maybe it was near the tail end of the first week, but it's like, it got to the point where like the Discord tasks were great for organization because like everybody kind of fell into that role. But then like crunch began, and it was like, okay, we need like a war board. Like that's something, I haven't done mini jams, but one thing that I've always done is like whenever it comes to crunch is like a war board, like something big, dramatic, but it's like just the tasks that you need to do. And it's just thrown up there with like the deadlines. And so like take a card off the war board, process it. I guess it's kind of like Kanban or something, but I've never learned Kanban. So it's really just like, it's synonymous to a wall with like sticky notes on it. I mean, that's what Trello did. Yeah, basically a war board.
And like for our roles, because like it's funny because I told you that like I have not like very good experiences in context of like game jams and such, especially when it comes like to roles, because like usually there are like a few people like arguing about like one role. Like I want to make the main character, I want to make like also the main character, and then this evolves into an argument. But I think for us, like we kept it super like civil, and like everyone like was super dedicated about his part. And it came, especially like from my side, it came in very handy for me because I was planning on getting a bit more into environments, so I saw it as an opportunity to like double down on the environments and like do more research on environment assets and such on a simplistic scale for a game jam context. And from the, I think like then, yeah, exactly, on Discord we added the task bar, and then we also like noticed what was left and what was still needed. And then I think at some point, I think Dominus, you jumped in the middle of the first week, right?
Yeah,
The game was
I was
already-
interested in making some stuff for the video game, and I started doing the VFX and stuff and started learning Unreal a bit more, and I end up as the VFX artist when I realize it. So yeah,
and that's also
I'm mainly
like-
I'm mainly a 2D dev, but learning Unreal was really fun.
And I think like that's like also like an interesting thing. I mean, that's the best case scenario for like our situation, because I guess everyone like in our group learned something and like improved skills at some capacity and figured something new out. I think except Razzak, because like he's perfect. The only thing like the only thing like he had to learn was to hold back a bit.
Bro was the de facto mentor of the project, and he really helped me a lot with even character design, illustration, UV unwrapping, and everything. Yeah, I don't think the character will look nearly as good as she did if Razzak didn't intervene and basically saved my ass.
Yeah, and in the like in the first place, you're a character artist, like painting wise, 3D modeling wise, about like the main character, Camilla.
Yes.
How was your process? How did you like came up with the design, and how did you like develop the character for the project?
Well, how I do designs, it's a bit of an interesting process. So I scoured the internet looking for a bunch of references, because we had some bullet points on what the main character could be. So we said, what? She should be from a Raven cult, she should be a muscular woman, an Amazonian perhaps, with like a dark makeup, and she should have a sword. So I was scouring through the internet for some references. I took inspiration from what's the game called? The one from Vanillaware, very popular one. Dragon's Crown. I think it's Dragon's Crown.
yeah.
There is a character called the Amazonian, and I mainly like used her as a base. And then after that, I took some inspiration from Golden Boy for the hair of the character. There is one female character in there that has like super interesting wavy hair, and I was like, I'm about to steal this. And then from then on, once I got all of my references, I did a couple of designs of her, and I sent them in the Discord to see how you would react to which one. And then I thought, well, if she is a warrior, she isn't just gonna have a like basic what amounted to a bikini. She won't gonna be running around with just that. So I added an armor to her on her right arm, I guess. And from that I took inspiration from like from gladiators from Rome.
Mhm.
You know how they have like one arm that's like fully covered with armor.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't see that too much on characters. Let me add that to my character. And then after that, I needed a cool sword for her, and I was like, okay. I knew it was gonna be like a long sword from the beginning, but I wanted to add like a wavy pattern to the blade. I think it's called flamberge, if I'm not mistaken. You know, when the blade has a wavy line. I thought that would be like a cool little touch. And yeah, that's how I finalized her design. I put some makeup on her and made her like super scary, but also kind of cute, you know.
painting or 3D modeling is like a process in itself, but like coming up with a character is like its own process.
Oh yeah, definitely.
How would you like split like the process of coming up with a final character like in a 5-step system? How would you like put it in 5 steps or maybe less?
Oh shit. Okay. By the way, am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. So the first thing you definitely need is like an idea. You need to limit yourself. I think you need like a general overview of what your character will be. Then you you go scouring for the references. You know.
That's
Whatever you can
the
think of.
second step.
That's the second step. Yeah, finding the references. Third step would be blocking out the main body of the character. You know, you have to figure out if the character is gonna be skinny or fat or muscular or something in between, or perhaps a spawn from hell with a ghoulish rotting corpse or whatever. You know, and then after that you put clothes on them, and that can go through. That's the next part. You know. Putting clothes on them, and after that you give them on step 6 you finalize the design, you give them other props like weapons and trinkets and such, maybe even tattoos, and after that it's on what step are we again? Step 6, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's step 6. Yeah, step 6, then you do you draw a turnaround on the character. For Camila, I already did kind of a turnaround from her. You essentially, for 3D modeling, you need only the front view and the side view, and maybe the back view if there is something interesting going on in the back. And after that, you just plug it into Blender and do your magic there.
What do you think is the most important thing about like coming up with your? I mean, like the like making characters that already exist, like in fan art, and compare it to making your own characters. What's the downside and the benefit of like both?
Well, for doing fan arts, you already have like an existing audience of people that are like hyped for the character, and I don't know, either want to see them, I don't know, drawn provocatively or doing something standard. Like, for example, if you have like an action character, people want to see him like, you know, draw blood and kill people. But you could, I think it would be interesting if you took a bit of a more interesting approach with the character and made him like, I don't know, pick flowers, you know, do a bit of meme art, I call it.
Mhm.
You put the character in interesting situations where he wouldn't usually find himself. And for your own characters, I mean, you are the master of your own destiny. You can essentially do whatever the hell you want. More interesting, the better.
Yeah.
You have to be like in tune with what people are doing right now, and you do the complete opposite. That's kind of my thing. Or you do something that's completely unique. You know, for example, you could have an alien that has like weird looking muscles, and he's a Greek philosopher. He's like pondering the orb on the moon. You know.
Mhm.
You have to have interesting ideas, which you of course take from watching too many cartoons as a child.
Yeah, and also like you and Razzak, you exchanged a few like informations about pixel art, right?
Yeah, I do a lot of things for this project actually, but it's not very visible. That's a kind of problem with that. Except my UI, I began just to, on the beginning of the project, just to give advice because I was intrigued by what's going on because, it's not all the time that we see a lot of people chatting inside the Discord server. So I was curious of what's going on and say, oh, they're doing something, interesting. So, and I tried my best, to find solution to make the project more believable and more working, because there's some kind of mistake that people do. But I mean, it's normal because you're inside the train and just super hard focus on your task and what you have to do it. So I was just here, just to guide people to make, okay, this is a good solution, this is not a good solution. Sometimes it's like it's not worth it to do, complete quest thing if you don't have the time for. You need to focus on what really matters for the game, And yeah, Kappa Yoshi, even he's a great artist, is not a very specialized in pixel art, and I just give him a little bit of advice for that. Also for RikFlair too, because he's not an expert on it. He was a very beginner, so I try to maybe speedrun knowledge, I would say, to to give it the necessary package to finish the rest of the graphics and such. And yeah.
We need to talk about like the first week, because like in total we spent, I mean it depends, like a few people of us spent more time definitely and a few a bit less, but I think especially like the first week it was super like impressive that we had like a balance of stress, being stressed out and making progress, in my opinion, because like especially this first week it was like I didn't like expect at all like the progress like we made like in such a short like amount of time, and also like everyone was in his field like so dedicated and pumped out like the progress so streamlined. And I think that also early on in the first week led to the decision to add another week and to cook a bit more.
I mean, for me, it was pretty much clear from the beginning that this is like just the start of something. I remember we talked about in my Discord that, this is going to be a low commitment thing in terms of if we just sit together, we do something that plays into everybody's strength. We got like Kapa with the character art, Razzak later with UI and advising stuff.
Yeah.
Rik with 3D modeling, and then also is general programming knowledge, which he then applied to Unreal and pretty much speedrunning to learn it. So
Yeah.
that was pretty impressive. All your stuff, Luke, with the landscape, material, like other materials, like also the assets, etc. Like that helped a lot. And I think what also helped is to have like an actual like GDD early on. I didn't make like a fully blown GDD, just something you call a one-page design. And in general, you use those for, I say the earlier phases in projects like this. So it's just something to narrow down a vision, set a few things, not entirely in stone, but just, add some guidelines. And I think that really helped everybody get a consistent vision for the project. And pretty much everyone was, at least to me, it seemed like everyone was on the same page and on board with what this is going to be. And after that 1 week where we realized, okay, that was pretty good. Everyone, like, we all worked like a really good oiled machine, I would say. And I feel like everyone had the feeling that it would be a waste to not continue this. So, and I think because we said, okay, this is a low commitment, after a week everybody can say if they want to keep working on this or not, because it was completely up to us. I think that's also something that helped, because it was all pretty exciting, I would say.
Mm-hmm. And because you mentioned like low commitment, because like I think, I don't know about you guys, but for me personally, that was like the biggest appeal of the whole thing. It was like, oh, low commitment project, so sign me up. Because like I think like I did more than I like, I think I put out like more stuff because it was low commitment, so there wasn't like a lot ask of me for my part. So I pumped in more stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think you hit the nail on the coffin. It's
Yeah.
like, sorry, Dominus. I'll be quick. It's no commitment. You know, either we get something done in a week that is cool and we want to work on, and if it's gonna suck, then it's gonna suck. Like, yeah, I think because of the low commitment part, it actually made it fun because there was no pressure, there was no sponsor or deadline. I mean, there was a deadline, but not really. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
There was nothing that really pushed us to do it. It was pretty much just, I guess, kids meeting up and building a sandcastle together. I don't know.
Oh, that's a good analogy.
Yeah, I kind of have a unique perspective on this, since this is literally like my my first ever game jam that I've been a part of. So for me, this was a really unique experience, and I got to see like well, essentially how basic game design is made. You know, I was a part of the whole entire process, and just seeing this game go from a simple prototype to something that you can actually play, it was really amazing. And especially like for me, since I was the one making the main character, seeing her like in action and do all of these like animations and spells and stuff, to me it's still amazing to this day, and it's a very cool experience that I will cherish forever.
Whoa. Cool.
Yeah, I think the low commitment part was really chill, and also at least it gave me time for me to learn a bit about Unreal Engine and how the particle system works. So yeah, it was pretty fun.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like, when we're now at the point, like, we talked only about like the positives, but like I think every one of us like reached a point where we are like especially like I felt with like Rick and Kyrobyt, like especially like in the ending, I think the positive feelings like vanished for a moment, especially in the ending. For you too.
Yeah, so that deadline was very real for me. I didn't get the memo until later on in the week that the deadline was soft.
What?
So, yeah, seriously, no, and it was. First, like, I'm incredibly thankful for all of this because, you know, we had a team commissar cracking the whip. I learned so much. I just woke up. I didn't have any plans to join a game jam, but I just woke up one morning and I see this community of artists that you've put together, and it's like, oh, we've got this like communal game jam thing, and like Kiro had set up the board, and it seemed like some kind of town task board where you can walk up to the board, take a task, process it, and it's like, you know, you want to practice creation of 3D assets, go ahead. And that's what I was interested in at the time, so I just kept taking cards. And I was like, man, we've only got a week to do this. We've got to get it done. So I didn't know that was real until much later. And so that's why I did genuinely start to get a little bit frustrated towards the end, because I take game jams, like, they're very near and dear to my heart. And so like that deadline makes it so poignant and special. And I think that pressure creates this environment where you can really push yourself beyond what you normally do.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, like you learn. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. I just wanted to say, like you said, like the pressure, but also like the low commitment. I think like the balance in between and like prioritizing the right things and such. That's like an art in itself, you know, because like I can't work under pressure. Especially when I have like different things to focus about, like a day job and then like something on the side, and then I'm like, okay, I need to pay the rent and and so I'm getting super like overwhelmed by everything all at once. And yeah,
I totally agree, because it was a very different experience than a solo game jam where you're responsible for everything. You're on the hook for delivering everything before the deadline. But it was unique in that, like, I could just commit to a single card. I could take that card. Now I'm committed to that. I'm responsible for that one card, and I can process it and return it. And if I want to take more, then I can volunteer for that. And that was cool. Yeah, it was a special opportunity to learn like a single thing.
Yeah, what I
same.
like about game jams is that you're like obliged to learn stuff, right? And you normally do stuff that you don't normally do if you don't have like if you're not in a game jam. I mean, you know.
Yeah, like I always come out of a game jam like, whew, what
Yeah.
happened? And you're
Yeah,
like,
I
all of a sudden
also
life gets slow. Sorry.
yeah I also get like refresh and learn new stuff. So yeah, I really like game jams for that.
I mean, that sounds so corny, but for me, like personally, it's like I have total like trust issues, like in people.
Yeah, same.
And like the biggest thing I learned was like, oh, working with people isn't that bad.
Last game jam I went like solo. So yeah, I get
Oh yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Man, same. I mean, the thing is, like, the sad thing is, I worked on a few like game jams like solo, but then I like never submitted something because like I wasn't like super proud of what I did in just like that little amount of time. And so like, I mean, I learned stuff, but I was like always very frustrated and sad about like the outcome. And then I was like, oh man, I should have done better, and so on. And
Yeah.
We have to include one more person that wasn't available during the recording of our little talk. So, who are you and how did you get into the project?
That is the most difficult question. Who am I?
Yeah.
In a deeply philosophical way, or in just in a way. I don't know. Well, who am I? I'm a person. My name is Vlad. When somebody asks who you are, how the person responds, I guess, shows what are his values. So I'd say that I'm a game designer. I would say that. In 2015 or something, or maybe 16.
Mm-hmm.
So usually I'm a game designer in the team, but we already had a game designer. So I just figured if there is a place that needed to be filled. I also like low poly art, but we already had a lot of low poly artists. So because there was no one that could do the sound, I volunteered to do the sound.
So you became a like sound artist.
Sound designer, yeah.
Sound designer. Have you did you like sound design previously at other projects?
Yeah, on some of the game jams I helped guys do sound design too. So, but it's not my passion. It's just like a small hobby. I just read about it and did some stuff also because we needed something in the team. So
Yeah.
I'm a team player. Most of the time there's a bit more stress because people usually think about big stuff. If they're new, they want to make a perfect big game in 72 hours or something like that. And a lot of energy is used to calm people down and say that it is not possible and you need to make a smaller project. But on this game jam, I am happy that everybody was on the same level of understanding what are we doing, that it is just a vertical slice and it just should be fun to play, fun to check out, just have a feel of it, you know. And also I was happy because usually when I'm on a game jam, most of the time I was on a physical game jam, so it was a place where people gathered, and we were usually from one country. But this time it is super international, and I really loved it.
Oh, that's true.
It is.
That's so true. I sometimes I forget like that we are like super like all over the place. Yeah. But based like on your experience, what was like what is the benefit of like being in the room with for the game jam and like working together, and the like our situation just based inside Discord, just like talking online and stuff. What are the benefits of like physical, like in the room, and like digital?
Physical, you can get better friendships because you're physically in the same place. You can go cycling, you can go photography, or you can go onto the same art session. That's a plus about physical. A plus about digital, especially when it is international, is you get to see the world through other people's eyes that are totally different. Their take on things are totally different because they are taken from completely another type of society. Yeah. I really liked listening to how Razzak was talking about the world and stuff from his place where he was born, and I liked to listen to Kapa telling how things are from his side, and Rick sometimes was talking that we're here are doing things our way, and everything was just flowing so naturally. I really felt the how you're talking about the same things, but it's as if you're climbing the same mountain but from different sides. That's how I felt.
Yeah, and we should talk a bit about like your part in the project. So you did the sound design?
My task was to create sound that would fit the stuff that is happening on the screen. There are different ways of doing this, but of course on the game jam, when you don't have enough time, you're limited with your options. Real game sound designers use things like special sound rooms that have special walls, things that dampen sounds. Boxes, sound design boxes are boxes that have different items and things inside that make sounds like sand, gravel, things like that, wood. They can record sounds. Also, there's field work. You go out with a special microphone that has actually two microphones, and they look like an X. They're a bit inverted, and they're pretty cool because they have really a high range from low to high, and record sounds that are close and that are pretty far on the same level.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get out from the fieldwork and you start working on the sound themselves. You need something like DAW, digital audio workstation, or something simpler. You need to have an idea of how something sounds. I think this is like the main creative part of how something sounds, especially sound that does not exist in real life, like a lightning bolt or a firebolt. You need to have this small feeling inside of how it should be in the end, like what it must make you feel or how it should sound.
Mm-hmm.
And then usually you get it from mixing other sounds that are real. For example, a lightning bolt is like you can use a sound of how the lightning strikes, or the sound of a Tesla coil that produces a lightning, and then work on that, adding there some low sounds, because the low sounds creates suspense and force.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to read a bit about psychology to create good sounds. And you need to understand that if something is smaller, it has a higher pitch, and if something is bigger, it has lower pitch, stuff like that.
Could you maybe elaborate your process, I mean, in a nutshell? So what about like the skeletons, for example? I think you did yeah, exactly. So how would you like approach it? You see, I need a sound for this specific thing, and what's your process?
Yes.
How do you end up with the final thing?
Okay, first of all, if you have something like an end goal, like a desirable sound that you want to copy, this is a different process. For example, I want this sound to be a bit like in this game, like an inspiration. You need to play the game. You need to try to hear this sound, how it sounds, and then think on how you can recreate it. It's like a reverse engineering. And then the other like way of doing it is you need to understand how virtually the sound is created, and then try to think how you would create it. With the skeletons, for example, if you need them to be hit, you need to understand that they are hit by something. You need to understand if they are hit by a blunt item or a sword, and then you either can really have something like a bone and then go outside, do the field work, and hit like some bones with a sword and record it, or you can think of something that you can recreate it with, for example, wood, and then change the sound of wood that is hit, and change it so that you will be able to hear it more like it's bones. So for me, I was playing some games that we had to like we talked before that. We all talked, and we thought what kind of games should be inspirational for us. Remember that? And then so I played those games, I watched some videos, and I had a plan for skeletons. So I immediately knew that I won't have any time to go out and record a sword hitting a bone. So I was thinking of something closer, and I thought that maybe breaking wood.
Oh.
So I found some wood and other sounds that are similar and mixed them, so it would sound like hitting bones and breaking.
So you literally just went out and like knocked on wood? Really?
Yeah, something. Yeah. I took some pieces of wood, and I threw them on the ground, and that's how the skeletons, like when they're dead and they fall, that's how they should sound. And then another part I took from on a site. There are sites that have got free sounds on them. That's what we should also talk about. If you're in a game jam, you don't have enough time, you should try to use everything that is possible. And one of the best things and faster things is to find sounds that are already pre-recorded, but you need to know the law and for example, Creative Commons. You need to understand what type of usage you have for the sound. Are you legally able to use them in game jam or in a game that you will sell, or are you able to reproduce the sound or change it? Creative Commons 0, I think. It gives you all the power. Like you can change stuff, you can recreate stuff, you can even use it in a game that you're going to sell. So I would advise for people that want to make it faster on game jams to look for sounds that are Creative Commons 0.
Nice. So I mean, you said like you only took on the duty of like sound designer because it was like a position that needed to be filled. Like if we continue to work together like as a group, would you like to like be in a different position?
Yeah, I think if we're gonna be making a bigger games or even this game bigger, I think that my game designer experience that I had previously might help.
Mm-hmm.
And also I do some low poly work. So I'll be interested to make some items in Blender also and have tutorage, because I really liked how you and Razzak tried to to teach Kapa and other guys how to make stuff better. So I really would like to have that type of experience too. Like, yeah, I'm a team player, but still I have some things that I am more passionate about.
Of course. And maybe we can continue like to be like in this group, because like I mentioned, I think like we as a group like actually work and we are so productive. So, and that includes like you, because like I would really love to see like your design work, like and I mean it would be like a waste of your potential if you like still need to do like sound design. So yeah, nice.
But I'm alright with that. For me, the process is also a part of the journey. It's more of an Eastern philosophy, I guess. I really loved working in a team, and I was really happy, and I could see people playing the demo. I showed a lot of guys that I knew, and they played the demo. They had some feedback. So
I mean, this group for some reason like really worked, even though like in the like Kiro?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
He's not burping. That's good sign.
Yeah. Like a toddler. Yes. So like I mean, the thing is with the like at the start it was like really a team effort, and like the progress was so fast, and like everyone like delivered their at the best. But like in the following week it was like a lot of stuff was only up to you, I felt like, and I was like super sad about it, because like I was like, oh my god, like now it's like up to packaging the game and shipping and like doing like fixing parts and so on. And like I think in the end of the second week it was like there was a lot of stuff like only up to you, and I'm super sorry about that. And how was it like for you, like to carry like the basically the demo into the finish line, like in the ending? So
oh boy, first of all, I think the biggest issue I had personally was going with the gameplay ability system. While it saved us a bunch of time coming up with a proper or like our own blueprint-based gameplay ability system, I had to use C++, which I'm not familiar with at all, and yeah, I was super dependent on people in the Slack from my school that actually know how to code in Unreal, like not with Blueprint, with C++, and get them to help me out with certain issues, especially near the end with the packaging. Like it just didn't work because my game wasn't compiling anymore because of a weird glitch between Visual Studio and Unreal, and that was very annoying, and that really killed my motivation. But it happened in the end, and I fixed it, fortunately enough. And
did you actually take a break?
Yes, I'm playing Skyrim as we speak right now.
Okay, good for you, man. So like, because like I think that's also like important to talk about and mention, that like all the frustrating errors with the shipping and packaging of the final demo.
Yeah,
like,
that burned me out for real.
And at what point did you like tell yourself to like take a step back and just like take the chill pill?
Not during the project, but after it. What was huge was Rick stepping up and just basically saving the project by just offering, hey, I have some coding experience. If you want, I can help you and learn a little bit of Unreal, and that saved so much time on my end. That was huge because at the beginning of the project, it was just one game designer that knew how to do Blueprint and a little bit, like a tiny bit of C++, and a bunch of artists creating this awesome art. And yeah, when Rick said, yeah, I can help you out, that really saved the project, and that allowed me to take a breather and, for example, focus on the level design for 2 days straight. And yeah, that was very, very nice actually. But yeah, it's after I still grinded, especially me and Rick, and I think everyone was still involved in the project, because like with the nature of a project like this, at the beginning it's very art heavy, and the more the art is like pretty much done, the more and more work is left to do for the people implementing it. And obviously the artists don't have as much to do anymore, so what was the benefit there is that, for example, from Kapa I got like a lot of first-hand feedback also from Razzak. Razzak also, I think he mentioned it earlier, but he also helped with the UI then as well. He actually made the whole UI. That was pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. I think what carried me in was pretty much the commitment from everyone. Even when people were pretty much done with their tasks, they still stuck around at least to hang out in a call. You know, whether it was Dominus with the VFX and tweaking them, etc., or Ray creating like this awesome level sound and some other smaller sounds. That was pretty cool. And yeah, overall, I think once the project was finally over, that's when I realized how much I burned out.
Yeah,
so,
it's draining, of course. It's draining all of your energy, because like you put so much like energy into something, and of course you need time to like recover that mentally or like physically or in any like way of energy, man, energy. Dude.
Yeah.
Let's say like we finished, like, I mean, currently we have a demo, and let's say we want to sell the game, for example. What's like a aspect of it you would say is the selling point of the project, in your opinion?
Jiggle physics.
Okay, yeah. Valid.
I mean, that's the meme, right? We added jiggle physics to our game.
Yeah.
Fun fact, early in development, jiggle physics used to be a lot crazier, and it was a lot funnier seeing like Camilla's tits stretch out when you did the dash. That was very funny. Fortunately, Kyrobyt toned that down, much to my disappointment. But yeah, I guess the main selling point is you get to kill monsters as a tall, strong warrior goth woman, and you get to play it with one hand, and with the other you can, I don't know, eat pancakes or some shit. I don't know what you do.
That's false advertising now.
Wait, what?
You played it with one hand?
Yeah, for a bit, for like 5 seconds. But I mean,
that worked.
It's an option in the game. Yeah. It is an option in the game. You can kind of play with it.
Okay.
So 5 seconds is enough for you.
Interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my god. No, fucking you. This man. This gabagoo.
Yeah.
This gabagoo.
Gabba gabba.
This gabagoo. This
Well, Yeah, I thought the jiggle physics were funny in the dash animation.
So, in your opinion, that's also the selling point, like the.
Actually, in my opinion, it's completely different. I think the jiggle physics are barely noticeable, and
Same.
if we want to do like an actual, or excuse me, wait, I'm getting a call now. I need to tell.
Yeah, sure.
Can't right now. Sorry about that.
The selling
Yeah,
point.
what was I saying? Yeah, selling point. The jiggle physics are not noticeable at all. I think it's a fun gimmick. It's a thing, if you know it's there, you see it and it's funny. It's like more like an Easter egg now. I think if you want to have like a proper presentation of that, you need a different camera perspective for sure. Like something like third person ish, like Stellar Blade, something where you can expect the model however you like.
Yeah.
But that's obviously not the case with this one. I think for me, the selling point is that you have this, when people imagine like, I don't know, what people thought of their Dungeons and Dragons campaigns to look like in the 80s and maybe even 90s. I think that's kind of what we have right now, because in terms of the character design, we have a bit of that metal aesthetic, but also have all those classic dark fantasy tropes. Like we have demons, we have skeletons, of course, slimes, very traditional stuff. And I think the only thing that is lacking right now is the soundtrack. I mean, also the gameplay could use a lot of refinements and improvements for sure. But for now, I think the main selling point is you have this this dark 80s dark fantasy kind of metalish vibe going on, and it's like it's an endless game. It's pretty much you can turn off your brain, jump in, kill a few monsters, and get out of it again. It's it's not too demanding like something like an MMO would be. Things we would need to add is permanent progression. I don't want to talk too much about that right now, though.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I think, like, for me personally, I really like the arcade feel of it. You can just, like, press start, get into it, like, just play a bit or, like, longer and, like, just, like... And then you just, like, close it off and you can call it a day and you hit... I don't know, I can just, like, play my playlist or something like that, listen to music and just, like, play something lightweight, arcadey. And I feel exactly that with the game.
Yeah, I like shorter games for that reason.
Yeah.
They're like, and there's some short games that are way too memorable that I end up like replaying it like once in a while, I really like shorter games for that.
Yeah, same. Rick, what was your like selling point? What did you feel was the selling point of the project?
3D Survivor. Like I don't have too much of a nuanced appreciation of it, but it was very cool because like this wasn't just an assembly of pre-made assets. It was like we weren't just making IKEA furniture here. Like we were making it like from ground up. Of course, we used frameworks. Art-wise, we made it ground up, but we did use frameworks like Kiro said, like the Unreal gameplay framework, and that was very necessary for meeting our timeline somewhat. But like selling point, if I had to really condense it, it's like we made all the assets, and it's 3D Vampire Survivors with Goth Mommy GF.
Yeah. That summons it up so well.
I hope to make more in the future.
Yeah, so
we need more buff ladies in the game.
I think we need more like both ladies.
Yeah.
But yeah, sure, buff could work as well.
I think also like just like game wise and mechanic wise, I'm very happy with the game, and I think like it's already in a stage where you can like just throw out more content, if you know what I mean, just like more levels, for example. And I think like there is a lot of like potential for when you like turn it into a full-blown, like full-on game. I think there is already like a lot of potential with just more content and more to play, you know. That demo is currently up on itch.io, and you can leave a nice comment and tell us how amazing it is, and you can just like try it. And yeah, I mean, please like just tell us what you think about it.
I got it. I did it.
You can try the.
What the fuck? What an ending!
Sneeze on you.
After 1 hour, it took you 1 hour to sneeze.
Oh
Yeah, I
my
needed a
god!
lot of wind up.
Holy smoly!
I'm sorry. I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in the assets I created for this little game jam, check out my Patreon and download them for yourself and use them however you like. And yeah. Watch another one. Watch another video. Okay, bye.